Good morning, Give for Good Louisville nonprofits. This is Chris Strub, the Giving Day guy. You are watching the replay of our quick informational Zoom meeting here. Today is September 7th. It's Wednesday, and next Thursday will be Give for Good Louisville 2022. Can't wait to see all of you guys either at Slugger Field or, as we'll talk about here during the meeting, through the Switcher Studio green room. So whether you're attending in person or virtually, it's going to be a great time. So in a moment here, I'm going to hit admit all. We're going to let all these great nonprofits in. We'll give everyone another minute or two to join in, and then we'll get started. Again, a lot of the information that you're going to hear is going to be repeated from the email that I sent last week. And any additional emails that come from me, keep a close eye on, because that'll have all of the same information. So here we go. I'm going to hit my favorite magic button here in Zoom. We're going to let in a whole bunch of people. We're going to give them another couple minutes to continue to join in, and we'll get going from there. Here we go. Actually, we'll let Christina in first. Hello, Christina Miller.
Hi.
I'm going to hit the admit all button. We got a bunch of nonprofits waiting. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it. Hi, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
We're a little over a week away, y'all. Can we believe September 15th is already almost here? It's insane.
I'm sure. Did you what about the call? I need you to get on. See, I sent that to you. I need you on a call right now with Metro United Way. Thank you.
Hey, Christina, I'm going to make you a host here. And what I need you to do is keep an eye on the participants that keep joining in. Once we start talking, just make sure you just keep letting everybody in, because it can be distracting for me sometimes when I see those names showing up.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here. We're just giving everyone a second to join in because I'm expecting a few more people to be here. And maybe I'll let Christina introduce herself first. I don't know if Valerie's joining as well. And then I'll just have a few minutes of stuff to talk about, and we'll field your questions.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. So I'm Christina Miller from the Community Foundation of Louisville. So I did hear somebody say Metro United Way call. This is Community Foundation of Louisville call, just to make that distinction. So we are not Metro, but I am excited to have you guys here. I am our lead for Give for Good Louisville from the Community Foundation, and I'm excited that we are a little over a week away, and I'm very excited to actually have you all on our live stream throughout the day and get to do those interviews and come back in person, even though we do have the option to do this virtually as well. And in today's meeting, like Chris said, he is our big live stream guy, and we'll kind of be taking you all through the details of how the day will work. But ultimately, we're going to have some fun, okay? Because that's what this day is all about. And we're going to help you guys tell your story, because that is also one of our intentions with the Giving Day, is not only to help you all raise money and grow capacity, right, for your organizations, so that way you can not only continue to deliver the services that you all provide to our community, but expand those services, right, over the years. But the other intention is to tell your all story, to bring you all exposure. Last year, we had over 86.2 million people this Giving Day reached. Okay, so the kind of exposure that you will have just on this one community-wide day initiative is really amazing. While we are on this call, if you all wouldn't mind to stay muted, so that way any background noise that comes through doesn't disrupt the call. And then if you have questions, just pop those into the chat and I will monitor that. Let me admit some more folks here. We still got folks rolling in. Cool. And yeah, that's it for me. Thank you guys for joining. And again, for folks who just coming in, please mute yourselves and If you have any questions, just pop those into the chat.
Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. And first and foremost, thank you for the great work.
Oh.
I get to stay unmuted.
Sorry.
Thank you guys for the great work that you guys do with your nonprofits every day. I've been very fortunate to meet maybe a lot of you guys already over the years. Again, my name is Chris Strub, the Giving Day guy. I'm here in Greenville, South Carolina for now, but I'll be flying up to SDF Airport on Monday to work with the Community Foundation for my 6th consecutive year of Give for Good Louisville. I get chills just saying that, Christina, because it never gets old to me. It's so much fun, and it's really such a great opportunity to be able to work with you guys and help share your stories. This year is going to be very different than years past. We're going to be hosting a very, very cool live stage at Slugger Field, which is a location that I love, especially as a baseball fan, but more so as a Louisville fan. Slugger Field is one of the premier minor league parks in America. It's just a beautiful space. There's plenty of room inside, and it's just going to be a really, really great way to showcase your stories, as Christina mentioned. We create this show every year. The last couple of years, it's been a little different with COVID and everything, of course, but the purpose is the same. We want to make you guys the stars of the show on social media during Give for Good Louisville to help you guys raise money, raise awareness, and gain new donors to your organizations during this important and valuable day. So all of you guys are here because you had mentioned to Christina in an email a month or so ago that the live stream opportunity was something that you'd be interested in this year. So yeah, thank you for doing that.
Form. Thank you guys for giving that information to us via your registration form. Appreciate you all.
In the registration form. So you've opted in to be here. You should have received, I know you received an email from me last week with your time slot. So first and foremost, if you have a real issue with your time slot, okay, we can figure out a way to make that work. There's a great group of folks here in the room. So if you have that chat feature up on Zoom, if your time that we designated for you does not work, I would encourage you to reach out to another organization in a time slot that does work and see if they might be willing to trade with you. That's okay, but we'd really like to finalize that schedule as quickly as possible. So ideally, let's say by close of business tomorrow, if you absolutely need to make a trade, which no one has indicated to me that you have, let's try and make sure that we get that done by the end of day tomorrow. Logistically, we're going to ask those of you who are able to make it to Slugger Field in person to come down to Slugger Field between 10 and 15 minutes before the top of that hour that you were listed on. So if you're in, let's say, the 9 a.m. broadcast, we'd like for you to arrive at Slugger Field between 8:45 and 8:50 a.m. That'll give us enough time to get you situated, get you in place, maybe grab a little snack before you come on the air. We will have volunteers there from Switcher Studio, which is the platform that we work with every year to live stream this stuff. And they'll be able to make sure you're in the right place, sort of explain a little more to you of exactly how the sequences is going to work, because I'll probably be sitting behind my iPad, pressing all the magic buttons and making sure everything's getting set up. So of course you'll see me there, you'll see Christina and the team there, but we'll also have volunteers there to help get you situated in the right place. Christina will have signage up as well that shows you exactly where to go, sort of when you park and are making your way in. Hopefully you guys are all familiar with that parking situation at Slugger Field, but if you're not, it's to the east side of sort of against the grain there. There's plenty of parking there, especially when there's no game. And, so you'll have plenty of parking to come on in and come right in. For those of you,
Chris,
yes.
Just to piggyback off of parking and accessibility, I just want to add, y'all, we're going to have that stadium to ourselves all day. Which is great, right? Because there's a lot going on in the city. So you don't have to worry about parking. You will not have to pay for parking. Yeah. And that is on Jackson and Main Street, that parking lot, that entrance to it. Okay. And then on top of that, it is handicap accessible. So for any folks who we have elevators, we have ramps, everything like that, there won't be any accessibility issues there. And like Chris said, we'll have some directional signs. But if you do get, lost, Chris, myself, we will provide, contact information. Okay.
If something comes up, you get stuck in traffic or you can't make it last minute or something like that, I'm going to ask that you, if possible, send me a text message. I'm going to provide my cell number in another email. It's been in the emails that you've gotten from me already. Please do not call me. One, it's just hard to field phone calls during the day, but two, long story short, Switcher Studio uses my iOS devices. So if you try and call me, I just won't be able to answer the phone during the day. But if you're going to be late, it's okay. No big deal. We'll figure it out. Just do me a favor and send me a text. Let me know in that text who you are and what organization you're from. Because if you just say, hey, Chris, I'm going to be late, and it's a random 502 number, sorry, I probably won't know who you are. So just tell me your name and your organization and let me know if something comes up. It's okay. It happens. If you are choosing to participate virtually, I'm going to send you some additional information about how to join what I call the Switcher Studio Green Room. So we'll be producing the entire live stream using Switcher Studio, but this year, and it's the same platform we've used over previous years, if you've either been part of any of our streams or if you were watching any of the streams that we've done the last 3, 4, 5 years, right? However, it is slightly different in that you'll need to join that guest room. If it's something that you've joined in the last few years, it's the same exact thing. It'll just be a specific link that I send to you. You can join using any internet connected device that has a camera and a microphone. So you can interpret that as a phone, a tablet, a laptop, or a desktop computer with a webcam. It's just like joining any other online meeting. If you're here in this meeting, you'll be able to join the Switcher room, no problem. I will send you that link in the beginning part of next week. So I'll probably send it to you on Monday. So you'll be able to test that out. No problem. It's super simple. It's real easy. And I don't suspect you'll have an issue joining. However, if you are joining virtually, again, I'm going to ask if you could join that Switcher Studio room between 5 and 10 minutes before the top of the hour, just so we can make sure that we have you in the right place. And if you are joining virtually, we'll probably get you on near the beginning of that hour so that you don't have to sit and watch the whole thing virtually. If you're watching this in the Zoom right now, if you're here live and you're not sure if you can make it to Slugger Field and you want to join virtually, really, it's cool. Like, we have the option for you to do either thing if you have other stuff going on, or even last minute, if something comes up and you decide that you need to join virtually, I can probably accommodate that as well. You just got to let me know that that's happening. Okay. So we'd love to have you in person. We think that the in-person experience is going to be really wonderful. You'll be able to have pictures taken. You'll be able to meet us and get interviewed in person and all that stuff. But if not, the virtual option, we have no issue with that. So whether you're already booked or you have COVID concerns or someone on your team gets COVID or something happens, appearing virtually is just fine. You'll be on camera with us, whether you're appearing in person or virtually. We're allotting about 5 minutes per nonprofit to come on and share your story with us. We see this as a really generous kind of opportunity to be able to share your story. It's, of course, even longer than what you might get on TV. We'll encourage you to share the broadcast to your social media channels as well. So that few minutes while you're standing there watching the other groups get interviewed might be a great opportunity for you to jump onto your Facebook page and hit that share button so that your followers can also check out and see your interview. The questions will be pretty basic and straightforward. So just think about what you might be asked in your typical on-air news interview. What does your nonprofit do? What are the dollars that you're raising during Give for Good Louisville going to be used for? Are you pursuing any specific prizes this year? And if you have anything specific that you really want to talk about, just make a point to bring that up. We'll ask you those basic questions and you can really kind of take those answers in any direction that you want within the confines of those 5 minutes. Whether you're appearing in person or virtually, if you have props that you want to bring, I'm all for it. I know Christina will keep in mind, we don't want to get anything messy or whatever inside Slugger Field, but if you have a poster of something, or if you have objects that your team makes or sells, or something that's of value, a shirt or anything that you want to sort of show on camera, please bring it. We'd love to show that off. We'll have additional camera people that can come in and show sort of a close-up and everything. So if you have props that you want to bring, I'm all for it. I think one of the last things is in terms of who we want to bring to Slugger Field. Just because of the way the technology works, we'll have a maximum of 2 microphones for you. Of course, I haven't set up the stage yet. So if you needed to bring a third person to kind of like stand behind you and wave or something like that, it's probably fine, but we'll really mostly only be able to get 2 people to talk on camera. And that'll just really simplify things for us from a production perspective. I do want to make sure we leave plenty of time here during this Zoom meeting. I mentioned half hour or less, and I will give you back as much time as we can. But most importantly for me and Christina this morning is to answer any and all questions that you guys have. So Christina, if there have been any questions in the chat, I can answer those, or you can.
No. So I was actually, Jessica just asked about would they be able to bring, they're an animal rescue, and would they be able to bring a small puppy? Personally, I love animals. But unfortunately, Louisville Slugger, we did ask them this question ahead of time. So that was one of the things when you were talking about, you know, bringing objects or what to show kind of a visual storytelling of your organization. Unfortunately, Louisville Slugger does not allow animals like inside. But I'm sorry, but if you have pictures of them that you want to bring, we can do that. That would be great. I wish we could allow animals because that would make my heart real happy. But yeah, unfortunately, Louisville Slugger, we did check with them, so no animals. But again, pictures of them, especially if you have animals that are adoptable, you are welcome to.
I think if we're thinking creatively also here, Christina, if there was someone else from your organization that was able to be at your shelter or at your base location and had that animal on camera, I could probably bring them on. You know, when you come into Slugger Field, you can still do the interview with us there, but we can also have someone come on virtually to show off those pets that way, if you wanted to do that. You know, I'm going to try and be as accommodating as I can, especially to animals, because I feel the same way that Christina does. Like, of course we want to show them off, you know, so we are just kind of restricted with what Christina was saying with the rules of our host this year, Slugger Field.
Yeah. So I do. So for any folks like that, please just get with Chris to work out those details and those logistics. So Paula, we are going to be doing Facebook Live during our time slot. I'm assuming this will be okay to join us remotely.
Paula, if you want to unmute yourself and sort of clarify for your question.
Yeah, we are doing our own live event on Facebook. Okay. During that time slot that we're in. And so that's why we wanted to do it remote, because we'll be here having an event going on. So there'll be people here and whatnot. We also have one of our staff members that's going to be at a different location that we're going to try and figure out how to get her connected and join in at times because she will be with some of the students that we serve. And so we're trying to make all of that magic happen together. That could be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think that's great. One option that I'll just throw out there, if you would prefer, I don't know what time that event is, Paula, but if you wanted to try and come down to Slugger Field earlier and switch times with somebody else so that you could promote that event happening later on, we can try and accommodate that. Or like you said, as long as you have an additional device, because we won't be able to use the same device, of course, that you're using to broadcast your Facebook Live for you to be part of the Switcher Studio room. So as long as you have an extra iPhone laying around or computer that you can jump in to the Switcher room, we'll be happy to bring you on virtually during that time slot.
And you can also promote the event, Paula, too, as you guys are live. Be like, hey, come down, because by the way, Paula is with the Lincoln Foundation and they're hosting a Giving Day food truck event. So very exciting stuff.
I like food trucks.
And Paula also had a follow-up question. Yeah, we're hoping to have some of the students we serve join us live from a different location. Yeah, so that is logistically possible. So Paula, just follow up with Chris in a separate email outside of this.
Okay.
Kind of work out the timing of all of that. Does that sound good to Chris, to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we can be very accommodating with what we're creating. You know, I want to make sure that we're doing the best that we can. We're here to serve you guys is really what it comes down to. Yeah. You know, so whatever you have going on, I'm going to do my best to try and help promote and really amplify your cause and the work that you're doing. LaShawn asked a question in the chat. Are we able to share our commercial as part of our interview? Yes. So if you have a video that you would like me to show that you think will help display the work of your organization, I'm going to ask you to email that to me by the end of the day on Monday is going to be the latest that I'm going to be able to accept a video like that. I'm looking for something maybe between 30 and definitely no longer than 60 seconds. Anything that goes longer than a minute is really going to kind of bite into that time that you have. So it'll be, your 5 minutes will include whatever video that we're showing. Just email me that video directly. And again, the deadline that I'm going to set for that will be the close of business on Monday. So Monday, whatever day that is, the 11th or the 12th, whatever day that is, Christina, just if you have a video that you want to show, please send that to me via email by the end of the day on Monday. And make sure that you get a confirmation from me that says, it might be quick. It might just be, got it, smiley face. But if you don't get an email confirmation from me that says I got it, that means I probably don't have it in the system. So just email me again and say, hey, Chris, did you get the video that I sent? And I'll write back and say, sure did, smiley face. So end of day Monday, 30 to 60 seconds, ideally. And that video cannot have copyrighted material in it or else I won't be able to play it. So it can't be We Are the World. It can't be, anything copyrighted. Any song that you would immediately recognize is probably out. You guys probably know that from what you do on your own social media channels. But if it has copyrighted material in it, we could really risk not just my Facebook account, but the community foundation's Facebook information and all of that. So just know that I will be watching that video. And if it has copyrighted material in it, we won't be playing it.
What format do you want that video to be? LaShawn had a follow-up question.
Just an MP4 would be great. Basically if I can play it on my computer, I'm sure I could get it. So if it's a video from your phone or from your computer, QuickTime video is just fine.
And Christian, they ask, can we send a video from WeTransfer? Yes. Yeah, as long as I can download it onto my iPad, that'll be fine. And again, close of business Monday, please. We have a lot to record and all this stuff next week, and there's just a lot of pieces in the air. So if you can get that to me by close of business on Monday, that would be great. So Brianna says, I know you just went over attending virtually, but what again will we do? I'm going to send you an email. I'm going to send the virtual attendees an email with a link. That link will send you to what I call the Switcher Studio Green Room. When you click on that link, you're going to need to authorize your camera and your microphone. It'll say, give switcherstudio.com access, and you just click yes and yes. And you're going to type in your name. There's a little box. Make sure you type in the name of the person that's going to be on camera so that we know who we're talking to. And then just click join, and you will see, probably you'll see yourself on camera, and that will mean that you're in there. You can share that link with a friend or a family member or a coworker if you wanted to both join at the same time, and you'll see the same sort of interactivity. It's just like joining a Zoom room, but it's not Zoom. Yeah. So you'll be in there for a few minutes, and then we'll be able to just bring you on just like that. You'll be talking to me in the green room space just like that. I will send that link to you on Monday, and you'll be able to test it Tuesday and Wednesday or anytime Monday night. So you'll have plenty of time to test that out, but there's really not much to test. You just click and you're in. It really is easier than joining the Zoom room. We had some other questions before then too. So, hi, Dr. Turner. I hope you're well too. She asked, do we need the names of the interviewees?
So we should have your name. That's a good question. I think the answer is probably no. You know, you're going to come in and we'll meet you there. You know, so we'll make sure we get your names when you're there. That'll just be a little bit easier for us to kind of write down sort of who you are. I mean, we know who the organizations are. We know who most of the folks are, but I don't think you need to specifically send me like who's going to be there, because that could change last minute. And like, just check in with us when you get there and we'll know which organizations are there and who is going to be representing those organizations.
And then Kim had a good question, again, just kind of about like the setup of how those interviews will go. So again, we'll ask you to show up about 10 to 15 minutes prior to your hour block. And then we have a big old suite at Louisville Slugger Field where you guys can hang out. This is another thing I wanted to tell you all. There will be Wi-Fi access. So if you wanted to bring your computer or your laptop or anything like that, you're welcome to do that. Plenty of seating, all of that jazz, you know, opportunity to take photos with real cool backdrops and all that fun stuff. But we will essentially, you'll have 5 minutes for the interview and we'll just rotate you guys in and out. So we'll have our switchers studio team, our volunteers with us who will come get you when it's your time to come on that block. And then after your interview is done, you're welcome to leave. If you do need to like, when you get there, if you're like, okay, can I like go first because I have this or that, like I have to leave, that just let Chris know, so that way we can make sure to kind of fit you in. So if you do have kind of like a hard deadline, but it's just an opportunity for you all to network, not only with foundation staff, but other nonprofits too as well during that hour block. And then, like I said, if you do need Wi-Fi access or anything like that, because I'm sure there are many folks on this call who are also teams of one, and we'll probably be doing, you know, posting about stuff throughout the day too. So if you need to do that, you can do that there as well.
So yeah, and I think we'll probably, again, I haven't been in the room yet, but I suspect that you'll be able to listen to what the other interviews are that are going on. You know, as opposed to having to stay like outside or whatever. There's nothing secretive, obviously, about what we're doing. So you'll be there together in that group with the other nonprofits that were in that same time slot. So we don't have to bring you on in the specific order that's listed in the email. So it'll just be a matter of, you know, you meeting those 5, 6, 7 other people that are standing there. And if someone says, oh, Jenny, like I got to run, my daughter's got a softball game, or like, just kind of put yourselves in order of, you know, when you think you have that sort of sense of urgency to get going, and we can accommodate that sort of in real time.
Yeah, very fluid. It's very relaxed and it'll be very conversational. If anything, this is your all's time to like actually sit back and just enjoy the day for real. Yep.
I'll probably be running around the room, taking some behind the scenes pictures and stuff as well. Yeah. So we'll do our best to post those as fast as we can. So you can use those behind the scenes shots as well. You know, this is designed to be fun. This is the first time that Give for Good Louisville is being hosted, you know, sort of at this kind of offsite stage, but I've had a chance to do a couple of giving days at a baseball stadium before, and it is so much fun. It just gives this real air of professionalism and just beauty. And Slugger Field is, as you guys know, a wonderful facility. So it's really just going to look fantastic. I can't wait for you guys to see how all of this comes together. And really what really makes it special, Christina, is all of these great nonprofits that have agreed to be part of this. We really recognize and acknowledge that your time is incredibly valuable, especially during the giving day. There's so many different things that we know that you're working on, and for you to take some time to come down and hang out with us for a little while means a lot. It really does. You'll probably see Christina crying all day long. It's wonderful. It's an annual thing. You're welcome to cry with her.
Fun fact, guys, I cry when I'm happy, when I'm sad, when I'm mad, all of it. So that's just, it's a joke. My childhood friends say it's not a party until Christy cries. So, you know, we're going to be partying that day.
It's true. I get to hang out with her till midnight. So that's when the real tears start to come out. Kim asked, I'm looking at the chat now. She says, will there be green screen? No. So I can definitely send you a video for both the virtual and in-person attendees about sort of and I sent out this video last year as well. It's like how to be a great virtual live guest, but a lot of the tips are going to be the same for being an in-person attendee. Long story short, there won't be a green screen. And I would strongly encourage you to wear something that is representative of your organization, whether it's a polo shirt or, as you can tell, I'm sort of Give for Good branded. Christina knows this is kind of my G for G uniform at this point for these type of calls, but wear something that when somebody sees you without turning their sound on, they can sort of immediately recognize who you are and what you're doing. You know, that's why we talk about also having I should say, non-live props, non-animal props. But if there's anything that you can hold or show that's going to demonstrate what your organization is about, great. You know, we'd love to show that off as well. So long story short, no green screen, wear all the green you like. I love green. And wear something, like I said, that is representative of who you are. Are there any other questions? If you want to unmute yourself and just ask that way, again, we have a couple more minutes here. I know we're a minute over 11:30 here, but we started a couple minutes late, so we'll still stay under our 30 minutes here. Will things still go forward if it rains?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, yes. The whole stage and all this stuff is going to be inside.
And by stage, it's like a desk. So if you all ever watch like The Daily Show with Trevor Noah or something like that, like we don't necessarily have like a stage, but
yeah, I won't be dropping in like Beyonce to the area there.
We don't have that kind of level of theatrics necessarily, but
I'll put that in my I'll put the smoke machine in my contract for next year maybe. But, no, it'll be real simple, laid back, but it will be indoors.
Yes.
I think there might be doors that we can sort of open to sort of get air in and access to the field, but it'll be all inside. So no concerns if it rains. Is it okay to send a link to a video from our YouTube channel? I would really prefer if you have the file, if you could send me the file. That would be much preferable for me to do that. If you have like if you have the MP4 file, that would be really helpful, because I run the whole show from my iPad, and I have to basically put the actual file into my iPad to be able to play it. So I'm not playing videos from YouTube or Facebook or anything like that. We're actually playing the video itself. So good question.
Yeah, well, because a lot of for their Giving Day profile, it's a link, so they can't do necessarily raw files for their Giving Day profile. So that was a wonderful question.
Wonderful question. And again, these videos are optional. You don't need to send me a video. But again,
we'll do a lead in for you all.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it, Christina. Again, I don't think we can say thank you enough to the nonprofits, although I don't want to sound repetitive or take up too much of their time. But thank you again. It is a huge honor to get a chance to work with you guys. Again, this is my 6th year coming back to Louisville, and every year just becomes more and more special to me. So I really look forward to this event. I know the people of Kentuckiana and the greater national Giving Day community really looks forward to Give for Good Louisville. I know Christina was in Washington, D.C. a couple months ago, got to work with other Giving Day leaders from around the U.S. And I can tell you that other Giving Days from around the United States really look to Louisville as a leader in, these innovative ideas. And it's because of you guys that we're able to make that happen. So thank you again for participating. We will send out the recording if any of your colleagues need to see this recording. If they have any questions, you guys can always email me, or please email me with any live stream questions. You can copy Christina if you feel like you have to, but I'm sort of the live stream guy. I can answer anything that's related specifically to these videos.
Thanks, Kim.
Quickly, Christina, you said that, so the setup, it'll be it's going to be like a desk, and we'll be sitting behind the desk, or we're going to be sitting on stools in front of how does that work?
Yeah, so we're going to have like the visual of like the Louisville Slugger in the background, right? The beautiful field. And then they have this kind of, how can I explain it? It reminds me of like a late night desk, like when you watch the late night shows. But we'll have 2 chairs set up behind the desk. And then I also we have a local event planner who does amazing decor, like balloon decor. So we'll have like a little judge, right, to make it look nice and higher and hide some of the wires and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of how the setup will be.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm excited to just ditto everything Chris said. You know, I, again, can't believe that we're already a week away. I am excited for you all. No one has told you today you're doing a great job. So just keep that in the back of your heads and know that we're here for you guys. So excited to share your all story. And thank you for letting us have that opportunity to do so.
Thank you so much, everyone. Again, keep an eye out for if something comes up, you're going to text me on the giving day. You can always email me before. If you have a video to send in, please send it in by close of business Monday. If you have any questions pursuant to this, you can email me directly and I'll be around. I am running a marathon this weekend. So if I'm limping around Louisville next week, that's why. So, I will see you guys in Louisville next week. And thanks again and talk soon.
Okay. See y'all Thursday. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.